predicting the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Number 8. Rusev. It may very well be Rusev Day at Money in the Bank, but that doesn't mean he'll be the one walking away with the briefcase, because no matter how popular he gets, how loud the fans are, or how many t-shirts he sells, it seems clear at this point WWE isn't going to give Rusev the push he deserves. It doesn't make sense that Rusev isn't getting a major push, but that's just the way it is, as management seems to see him in the mid-card role at best. However, he'll certainly get a huge reaction from the Chicago fans. There's no denying that he's good enough to be a world champion in WWE, but the company just doesn't want to get behind him, and given the other major names in this match, it would be a huge surprise to see Rusev winning. Number 7. Braun Strowman. Putting Braun Strowman this low on the list might come as a surprise to most people. After all, the monster among men is one of the most dominant wrestlers on the roster right now, but big men and ladder matches tend not to go together very well in terms of success. Just look at the history of briefcase winners, and there's only Kane that stands out as a big man who has managed to successfully pick up the Money in the Bank victory. Strowman is simply in this match to cause destruction, to break things and hurt people, but not win. Strowman also doesn't need the briefcase, as it doesn't suit his character. Braun isn't a wrestler who would just sneak up and cash in on someone who's beaten down, and therefore he doesn't need to pick up the win here, but expect him to cause chaos. Number 6. New Day member. It is tough to fully predict this match at the time of recording, as New Day are yet to announce which man will be representing the group in the match, but no matter who it is, they will not walk in as favorites. However, it is fair to say the group has felt a little stale in recent months, and the time for change is certainly upon us, so why not go all out and push one of them as singles wrestlers, with the rest of the group helping them out. Big E makes the most sense as a singles wrestler. He has the charisma, the look, and the in-ring ability to make a really dominant main event talent, and if WWE really wanted to push that idea, a briefcase win could be the way to do it. Number 5. Finn Balor. Finn Balor would really benefit from winning the Money in the Bank, as that seems to be the only possible way for him to return to the main event scene where he was when he first left NXT, and he certainly is a potential to win the match this time around. Balor's performances and character work have slightly improved over recent months, especially during WrestleMania season, but he's still a million miles away from the man who became the poster boy for NXT. It is a shame to see him stuck in the spot he's currently in, as Balor has so much potential, especially as a main event name, and winning this ladder match could be exactly what he needs in order to get him to that level. Number 4. Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has found a new lease of life since moving to Monday Night Raw, and is now firmly back at his very best, and when KO is at his best, he's not far away from championships and main event success. So what better way to put him there than with the briefcase? The chances are that if someone from Raw wins, they won't be cashing in until after Brock Lesnar has dropped the title, which will be SummerSlam at the earliest. So that would give Owens plenty of time to have other feuds before getting back to the top. His last Universal Championship run was very fun and ended before many had hoped simply to fit the Goldberg-Lesnar feud around the title. So another run is something he deserves, and there's no doubt he'd be incredibly entertaining as Mr. Money in the Bank. So KO certainly has a shot. Number 3. Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode desperately needs something to change up his act, because he has been anything but glorious in recent months, and becoming Mr. Money in the Bank might be just what he needs to instigate a heel turn, ditch the smiling gimmick that just relies on a catchphrase and a song, and get back to what he does best. Roode can be so much more than what he currently is on the main roster, and a heel turn is the best way to get to the next level. Fans have begun to tire of the same old routine when it comes to the former NXT champion, so why not change things up? If he could win the briefcase and return to how he originally debuted on NXT as a cocky heel who thinks he's better than everyone, WWE could really be onto something, and Roode would hopefully become more interesting to watch. Number 2. Samoa Joe. Just imagine Samoa Joe as Mr. Money in the Bank. It would be fantastic. His badass gimmick with briefcase in his hand would just go so well, cutting incredible promos and teasing a cash-in. It's everything that you want in a briefcase holder. Joe loves to back up what he says, and more often than not, that is what he does. So having him claim he'll win the ladder match and then having go and actually doing it would just add more credibility to his name. It's clear WWE put him on SmackDown so he could be the main event scene, as that is where he belongs. So having him win here would just make it clear to the fans that that is what is happening, before setting up dream feuds against the likes of AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan over the WWE title. Number 1. The Miz. He's done it before, and there's no reason to believe he can't do it again, because The Miz is performing at the highest level of his entire career right now, and that is something that needs to be rewarded with the main event run as a world champion. He's the best heel in the entire company, and seeing him cash in and be the one to take the title away from AJ Styles would only increase the hate towards him. Everybody is itching for The Miz and Daniel Bryan feud, but if WWE could make it about the WWE Championship, then the company has its SummerSlam main event. Miz's arrogant and annoying personality makes him a perfect briefcase holder because the bragging promos would be incredibly enjoyable moving forward, while it would be a realistic way of pushing him straight to the main event scene, which is something he more than deserves.